This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, it's a great privilege to be here in the Shachne cemetery of one of the leading personages in Cincinnati in the 19th century, Shachne Isaacs. He lived from 1812 to 1887. He was a resident of Libowa in Lithuania. So you have over here, and again we give our debt of gratitude to David, who is instrumental in restoring this gravestone. Nezer Roshenu Avinu Hayakar of Shachne Bar Yitzchak, the crown of our head. He was born on the 7th day of Kislev, Tav Kuf Ayin Gimel. That's actually 1812 in Libowa, Medinas, Poland, which is now Lithuania. Minishmasay Tahira, Libowa. He returned suddenly. Beveis Hatfila Ar Liyom Tesnis, and actually there's a story to his death. He got involved in a brawl between two congregants and got hit over the head with a cane, and that he never recovered from. But he was never a rabbi. He did not have ordination, but he was again a very strong voice against the Reform movement. He corresponded with many of the Gedolim in Europe, including Rabbi Yitzchak Elchanan Spector. Now, when he came to Cincinnati, he moved to a farming community. He had a general store, and of course, he would not be open on Shabbos. The problem is that farmers shop on Shabbos. However, they began to respect his idealism and his values, and they figured out a different day to go shopping. Again, I put his name into the Yotzar HaChachma to see if I could find some of the tshuvas that he wrote to various Gedolim. So I came up with something quite interesting. Again, this scholar in residence in Cincinnati, it's amazing what you could pick up in a short visit to Cincinnati. His name again was Yehuda Edel Edelson. He spoke in Rabbi Lesser's shul, and he met the family that was called B'nai Reb Shachna. Apparently, like you have Abram's son, so I don't know if they're called Shachna's son or something like that. And they were very God-fearing people, all of them exceptional personality and wonderful midos. And they told me about the righteous practices of their father, that Rabbi Shachne, by the way, he had 6 children in Lithuania that he brought over when they immigrated to America, and then he had another 5 children when he came to America. So that's quite a large family by any standard, especially in the 19th century. Anyway, Rabbi Shachne, from the moment he came to America, he did not eat meat for 40 years.
Wow.
And he was asked, Rabbi, that's an impossible challenge. You didn't eat meat. How did you overcome the temptation of 40 years not eating meat? It's one thing, the 9 days, we don't eat meat in the 9 days, but for 40 years? And he said the following principle, and I want to elaborate this on the bus. I'm not here to give big drushes by the Kvarim. You don't want to hear, they don't want to hear, but he basically said as follows: you take it one day at a time. It's a big challenge not to eat meat for 40 years. It's not a big challenge not to eat meat for one day. And every day he said, I'm not going to eat meat today. I'm not going to eat meat today. I'm not going to eat meat today. And that's a very important ammunition that we should have in our arsenal. Whenever we have a temptation, we're angry. We want to, today I'm going to stay calm. No promises about tomorrow. Always push it off. If you take things a day at a time, it becomes a much easier challenge to conquer, and that's an important technique to have in our back pocket. Zechusa Yagin Aleinu. Shmuel. What?
Where did he come to America?
Rabbi Shachne came to America in 1853.
Well before delicatessens were actually popular.
Yeah. So you're saying there's no meat to eat anyway? That's what you're getting at. Okay, yeah.
Rabbi Isaac's shul, the Beit Tefillah shul, from what I understand, was really the first true Orthodox congregation that was here in Cincinnati. It was the bulwark of the Orthodox community here in Cincinnati.
Wow.
That's what the name after him?
Correct. The cemetery is called Shachne.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.